Oh, hello, and welcome to our special edition of Unheard, music from the Highlands. We have a treat for you. For over the next 2 episodes, we're speaking to students and lecturers from the UHI North, West and Hebrides based at Alness. So sit back and enjoy with a mix of live performances and some laughter and applause.
Playing like a rock and roll star. Holy goddamn, you're so annoying, but you have my heart.
Hello.
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 Nick, thanks for joining us.
Not at all.
And you're the principal of the UHI area. Is that what they call it?
No, I'm the curriculum manager for the creative economy.
Nice.
So that involves, wait for it, music, sound production, art, jewellery, fashion, fine art, and also hair and beauty. So quite a wide range. And I've forgotten some photography. And I bet you've forgotten something.
There's nothing short and simple about this place.
No,
even the very name.
No,
UHI,
you're right.
Northwest
It's
and
vast. I'm going to get both of you to copy me and put your microphones closer to your mouth.
Closer.
Right,
That's
yeah.
fine. That's
you
fine.
know, we're representing Stephen Bull here as well a little
Okay,
bit.
so we need to get it right.
Yeah.
We're just shy of Richardson Highlanders.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, and I'm I'm an out there Irish woman.
No problem.
Get straight in there. Yeah. So yeah, myself and Elis, Peter, we haven't met you before, and we have had a few podcasts, and this is about we called it Unheard. The irony wasn't lost on us because it took us a while to get out there, but it's out there.
Yeah.
So it's Unheard, and it's trying to showcase what musicians do around the Highlands.
Fantastic.
and the whole background side of it. So that's why we're here with Steve today and the team. But it'd be really good to know what your thoughts are around the music in the Highlands and even that background stuff and how important that is to getting the music out there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's a fascinating question, really, because it's complicated. And what my finding is there are so many people out there doing individual and interesting things.
Yeah.
So I think that's the first thing I would say. And having the privilege to be here and support young people as they begin that journey, or not just young people at different points in their career, I think is such an important part of that. So I guess my own philosophy is I'm a musician, I'm a songwriter, and there are some people I think who think that's just an innate skill and you just do it. But I think a bit like anybody could make a table is the way I'd describe it, but it might be a bit wobbly. You know, you could recognise it's a table, but you wouldn't necessarily want to own it.
Indeed.
I'm laughing because I've tried.
Right, okay, so there you go. But you see someone, a craftsman who's chosen the wood, who understands the grain, who's made the legs so they fit. That is their table. It is something you can identify. And I think like creative activity in any form, I think involves that. It's a craft. It's something that you can take seriously and get better at over time.
Yeah, you have to work at it.
You have to work at it and you have to take it seriously. And if you do that, even if I guess not that many people buy your table, you're still producing tables that you can be confident and proud of. And I think education in the creative arts is of great value for that reason. So if you can leave feeling genuinely that you have confidence that you have something to offer, I think that's a wonderful thing. So, and I think whatever happens, and trying to make a career just based in the Highlands is challenging, let's be honest. So if you're then going to not be in the Highlands, the more you can have that creative spark and have it nurtured and have that confidence, I guess the longer you'll be able to sustain yourself in some troubling seas.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Well, that's a good point because, so, I mean, after the discussions we've had, we spoke with 3 musicians who come from the Highland area. One of them completely unpublished at the time of the interview, but was kind of creating his own music and had Alan trained in sound production, or he's self-taught?
He's mostly self-taught.
Self-taught, yeah. But to have
I
think to have a culture, because he grew up in around it, and his dad would have been involved in it as well. That culture is something that drives people. And so, do you find that that through the college or through the UHI courses that it creates a community, or it broadens the community.
I think so. You talked about like how far and wide it is. I mean, we've got students here in Alness that are based and they're doing either NC or HNC, but we've also got the degree. I taught in the applied music degree for a number of years, and we've also got a master's in music in the environment.
Yeah.
So that's quite a lot of musicians that are sort of connected to the one place, and that's one of the things I think is really great, is that students can see progression. They can see students who are operating at a higher level, and that the aim is to create a culture where there is that community of practice. So we've got people who are engaged with each other and they can see and be interested in what other people are doing. It's challenging to do that when you're not in the same room.
Yes.
So it's something that we work at, and there's different ways that you can make that happen. We do get together physically with the degree students, but not as often as we would all like.
Yeah.
But exactly that. The community of practice is what you would hope is another huge advantage to be part of a college or university course, because that's what should be happening. Yeah.
So you mentioned about online though. Because in the background you can hear the guys are rehearsing.
Yeah.
How does that fit, or how is that working? Like, and I know, let's say I'm a nurse by trade, so the practicalities of online, it's very difficult.
So I think the mistake is, unfortunately, a lot of people's experience of any online, especially the creative things, was through lockdown, where people had to do it.
That's true.
So applied music course was designed to be delivered that way before lockdown, so lockdown didn't really stop that delivery. And the point about it is your instrument is practical, so that's with somebody who locally is to you. Your band is also practical, so that's somebody local to you. There's weekly things that are online, but we also are together as a group 4 times a year with that group of students. And the creative writing is similar. We have them come to a residency once a year. Creative writing is a good example of this. So the creative writing students every week have time that they just are all online together, and they write for an hour. They don't talk to each other, they just write. And the point about that is that time to actually just do it is different than if you're just in a room waiting on your own. There's something about the fact that other people are doing it at the same time. So if you're teaching people online and they're not motivated, it's useless, right? If folk come up to receive all the information, they come to a lecture, they receive it, and that's and someone speaks to you for an hour, you get the information, go away. That, it doesn't make any sense. So it's turning that around. It's given tasks and constructing activity where students are engaged in things through the week that they then share. So for instance, I taught the music and music theory and the sort of creative music modules for a long time, and the idea there is, okay, here's a task, we'll look at the theory together, you go away and try it, then bring it back and we'll look at it together, see what you've learned, see what the problems are. So I think it is more challenging, and it's more challenging, you have to be more self-motivated, but we try to prepare students for that being the case. But given those parameters, it means that we have a course that's sustainable because people can access it from anywhere, really, and we have enough students to make it sustainable. But it's not for everybody, and certainly musicians need to have interaction. Of course they do. So the design of that course is the expectation that will happen, but then the theoretical bit, the bit that can be, is done online. And I guess that's what the creative writing as a degree works in exactly the same way. So, and maybe it's easier for folk to get their heads around creative writing because they see that as more individual, and I get that. But the musicians are working with musicians.
And can I be like a bit nosy and ask?
Yes.
Because I am. But like, so from the course itself, let's say, do you have a variety of expectations from the students who apply, and then they're kind of saying, we want to be touring musicians, or we want to be, so is there
no, absolutely. So I think what I find fascinating within our education system is, like, you're either a musician or a visual artist or you're a photographer or you're a filmmaker. Doesn't make any sense. Any of us who are creatives know that I've dabbled in all of those things. So that doesn't make any sense, and especially when you're a student. That isn't the key. Right, we're still in that state. But the point about that is, I forgot what your question was.
Well, because I'm wondering what their expectations are.
So their expectations are vast. So what my answer to that would be, and this is, I would guess, because I'm more closely related to the music degree, I'm thinking about that, but I'm obviously trying to think about the whole creative arts. So I think this applies to this, is that we talk about a portfolio career. So the reality is, I think it's 50% of creative graduates make 20% or more of their income over their lifetime from creative work.
Okay.
It's not the case that 100% of graduates get a job. We never say that, because that would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
A lot of our graduates, before they finish, are already working professionally. And the point is, they're doing more than one thing. So they might be performing, they might be doing some recording. It's not one thing.
Yeah.
And going forward in the future with AI,
Yeah.
it's really hard to predict what's going to happen, actually. But live things and people actually being together is never going to go away.
That's
It's
the
never
biggest
going to
thing.
go away.
Yeah, yeah.
So I believe that being the heart of what they do, and the skill in that and the confidence, is back to the table.
Yeah.
AI can write a song, right?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's the difficulty.
But listen to it. It's just
It's rubbish.
it's rubbish. So,
Yeah.
like the background of a film, rather than paying a band to do it, sadly, probably that AI is going to do those things now. Like someone going out to see someone, they still want the realness. So those aspects, and being taught by someone who can physically be with you
Yeah.
and understand you and have a relationship with you as you're being taught an instrument, that's not going to go away. And the
Yeah.
benefit of internalising the understanding of playing an instrument and then externalising your own creative output, that's not going to go away either.
Yeah.
So we all want that. We all have things we want to share. We all want to hear from someone else what they're sharing. That. So, but all of those, the question is, everyone has a different expectation, and what we've tried to do with any creative course is to try and be realistic.
Yeah.
And say, look, there are all these opportunities, but it's not the case you can walk into a job. So you have to work really hard to get to the point where you're going to be able to do that, and it's certainly not going to happen if you just all you do is study and then go, oh right,
Yes.
okay, now I'm ready
Now
for
I'm
a job.
ready.
That'd be
Yeah.
ridiculous.
How do people find it when they've got students that, as you say, have got a variety of interests
Yeah.
and skills?
Yeah.
If they want to pursue music and writing and something else,
Yes.
but they have to follow a structured degree path in one, is it?
Yeah, so it's only in
not-
one.
there's not a mixture.
Yeah, no, that's a fair question. It's something that I would like us to be able to do, is to allow students to sort of move around. It's quite hard to get that as the system is at the moment, but I think in the future that's going to happen more and more. If you think about now how we all learn things, like we just go on YouTube and you really, if you need to learn something, you learn it pretty quick. So the idea of studying, I wholeheartly believe in. I'm studying a PhD at the moment, and I think going back to study again, there is something about the attitude to academic study that's not for everybody, but if you are that way inclined, it definitely deepens the work that you're doing, your understanding of it. Even the understanding of why you're doing what you're doing is helpful. And some people don't like thinking about that. Some people just think it's almost like a magic, and I understand that, and you don't need to. But I think my experience of working with creative people is the more seriously you take what you're doing, even if you're doing silly things, the further you can take it, because you're actually examining it and reflecting on it and doing something with it rather than just doing it in a pattern. And if you do it in a pattern, you probably end up just doing very similar things all the time. Whereas if you have that chance to reflect and have external advice and input, it drives you forward. That would be my suggestion. And that's what should be, I think, at the heart of creative education, is somebody's interested in what you're doing, pays attention to it, and helps you take it further. And if that's what's happening, that's for life. That's, you just want to carry on doing that.
Indeed. How accessible is it for folk that are limited budgets wanting to do the training, the courses?
Yeah, well, all our courses are funded by the Scottish Government, so you get 5 years of funding. So that would take you, if you're under 18, you could do an NC, and then you could do all of a degree, and that would all be funded. So it is accessible. And options like the applied music or our creative writing courses, some of our other courses where you don't need to move. HNC photography is another example of that. You can be at home and do that and fit it around other things. It's sad now that a lot of our students are working. I understand why they're working. It makes it really challenging for them to get everything done. But that's the reality now. So that is a way, I guess, that we have tried to make it more accessible by allowing people to the reality, I guess, of people's lives, that they have to fit it around other things.
Mm-hmm. And do you take mature students asking for a friend?
Yeah, no, we do. We do. Funnily enough, actually, on all the degrees that we have, I would say it's 50% at least mature students. So over 40 and above. So, and that's interesting. I mean, the demographic of the Highlands is obviously that we just don't have as many young people. But what's great about that completely is that we have folk with really vast life experience, and also some of them professional musicians, some of them have done other things, and so they bring a totally different attitude to studying. I remember being a young student and going, oh no, mature students, because they always ask long questions and the lecturer goes, we're finished. The lecturer goes, we're finished, and then the mature student goes, I've just got one more question. But I love mature students now, because they're the ones, I'm lucky enough to still teach on the masters, and the discussions you have, because they're all mature students and they just are there because they're fascinated and interested in learning. So it's just a privilege, because you're just engaged in really interesting conversations, and I learn as much as they do, to be honest.
Indeed.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking though, maybe you might have noticed as well that shift, because younger people are watching YouTube and they start to, so they kind of, my son is very young, so he's not going to be crossing your doors for a long time, but he seems to know everything.
Yes.
So you might have that bit as well, like of,
listen, definitely.
Yeah.
But I think the thing that's I think it's unusual, because I think we still have, unfortunately, in our education system at school level, there's an attitude that the teacher is the deposit of the information and we just pour it in. I fundamentally disagree with that, and especially in creative education, I see us more like the banks of a river, and the students have all this energy and creativity, and our job is to sort of guide them. So maybe push them a little bit in one direction. We're not pouring it in, we're just drawing it out of them. And if we're doing that with students, I believe they're much more likely to be motivated and have something that when they're finished, actually, as I said, going back to the start, they've got something to offer, because it's not, it doesn't have to be poured into them. And as you said, if you're guided by your creative ideas and you think, I wonder how I could do that, you can always figure out how to do it. There'll be somebody who's done it or has something close, so you can figure it out. If all you do is learn a technical skill, then you're not going to be any use, because technology is moving so fast. Like I started on Pro Tools 1, we're now in Pro Tools, I think, 12, and it's ridiculous now, the things that used to take hours that just happen almost instantly. So it's amazing. It's a very exciting.
Technologies on their phones and stuff.
Exactly.
But I was going to ask you there, because my parallels, or to draw parallels, is to nursing.
Yes.
And in nursing, we had to go out on our placements.
Yes.
And then we were kind of fully fledged to head out. So, is there enough experiential deposits for people in the creative, what the courses that are happening, and I have a loaded reason for asking it, but
no, I think it's challenging up here to do that. So we take the students who want to go to Glackbeg tonight, and those sort of opportunities are brilliant, because they're, to me, like sort of the soft intros. So they're like professional in the sense that they're real life situations. So it is difficult that, and forging links with like venues and doing performances, which we do every year in real venues, are not really what happens, because the reality is musicians are self-employed. You have to learn those skills yourself. So there's a point at which we try to encourage and support students to do that. We'll lend them equipment, we'll help them if they're doing the gig, to talk them through the things they've got to think about. But it is challenging to monitor all that. If you think about the number of students who have across a degree, you can't keep an eye on all that and do that. So I would love to see more opportunities like that, but I think in general, just for performing musicians, it's quite hard to find gigs where people will listen, which is what I'm certainly looking for. It's not an easy thing to do that consistently.
Instead of being a jukebox in the pub.
Exactly. It's a different thing.
Well, that's great. So, because I have recently got an adventure with setting up the Inverness Fringe Festival. And part of that is to try to see about getting different venues and different audiences around and things like that. So I've spoken to Steve already about that, and that's exciting, But just because I'm aware of that, there isn't that same.
And I guess the truth is, the difficulty is students are students. They have busy lives and they see things maybe to do with college. Like when I was young and a student, we were involved in like the first Celtic Connections, right? So it's and we did it as part of our course. So we ran some of the stages. We were involved with the artist. It was amazing. What happens now is, though, I was working, but only very part time, and I just didn't work for that time. We didn't get paid, but we did it because we saw it as part of our course.
Indeed.
Now, unfortunately, because whatever has changed, not all students are that motivated.
I know.
So it's really difficult for me to get students to commit to something that isn't part of their course. So we try to then think creatively and make sure that there are things that we say, well, this is part of your course, but it's not in the classroom. So it's a challenge that because, and the truth is, right, the students that will go on to be successful are the ones that take those opportunities. So we give them those opportunities, but they don't all take them. And the students that are going to do that effectively do that on their own because they're learning skills, they're gaining confidence, and then they start finding those connections because we're introducing them to those connections, but they're the ones who phone them up. We have students this year who are like in touch and working in venues in town because they're motivated and they start maybe just doing it for free, but they've got paid work now. We've got the guys were at Eden Court today, and 2 of the sound guys are ex-students of ours, which is lovely to see. So it does happen, but it's about motivation. And I guess like. So I would say that not everybody obviously is going to be employed for a large percentage of their career in the creative industries. But even if they're not, for students to study something they're passionate about and to gain a qualification, there are loads of skills that are gained as a result of that. And the reality is, as you'll know, the step over to say, I'm a creative person and I'm going to share that with people and I'm going to keep going despite the objections, despite people saying I don't like it, or despite the no's. That is a big step. It's a big step, and not everybody at the start of their lives is ready for that, and even sometimes maybe for the whole of their lives, but it is possible. It's possible.
Yeah, no, I know. It's good. It's exciting times. It's exciting to hear about everything you are doing.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're delighted.
Good.
Indeed. So that's lovely. Thanks very much, Peter, for your time.
Playing like a rock and roll star. Holy goddamn, you're so annoying. But you have my heart. Guess I had to sleep with something. Had to sleep with something. Guess I had to sleep with
Somebody love will be listening. Hello and welcome. We're back in. So what we were advising, just we'll cut this bit out, but just to keep this up to your chin when you are talking, because isn't that right, Steve Mann? Trying to make... Yeah. Thanks. So welcome back. We're really lucky to have some students here, and you're going to have to tell us what courses you're doing because I'm not fully versed in all of that. But from the UHI, North, West and...
Hebrides.
Thanks.
What a title.
Yeah, that's great. What's the acronym? What does it come together as? Have you got a funny buzzword about it or... No? No. I need to maybe work on that.
It's quite a complicated name, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Oh, that was great. Okay, so let's get a round of introductions then. So I'll hand over to you if you introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Alex and I'm doing the HNC music course.
Brilliant, okay. Over to John.
I'm Johnny. I'm doing the HNC sound production course.
Amazing.
I'm Cody.
Oh, 1 second, Cody. We're not hearing you. There we go. Go again, Cody.
I'm Cody and I'm doing the HNC music course.
Oh, Cody is doing the HNC music course. And say it one more time so that I make sure that your mic is working.
I'm Cody
thank
and I'm
God.
doing the HNC music course.
Great, thank you.
And I'm Emma and I'm doing the HNC in sound production.
Okay, so two from each. Yeah, great. Okay, and can you get me a little bit of a background as to why you went for this course? So, have you come straight from school, or did you come from high school to it, or what did you? Emma, you're holding the mic, so you're going to answer this one in sound production. What did you do?
I came straight out of school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what made you want to? What made you want to do that, or what was a?
Well, I'm wanting to pursue a career in music, and I thought that it would be really good to know like the technological side of everything.
That's really clever. I wish I thought of that. Still learning, yeah. So that's good. So it was really just to figure out all that kind of, let's say, the science, the stuff behind it before you start. Yeah. But do you play yourself or what?
Yeah, I play the piano and I sing.
Ah, right, okay. So in the middle of this, are you dabbling with stuff then?
Yeah, just a little bit.
That's so cool. That's amazing. And Cody, how about yourself then? Did you come straight out of school or?
No, I've had a couple years out of school.
Yeah.
I tried to do a course last year and it didn't go very well. But I'm really enjoying this year so far. So,
yeah, I know. And you sound great. We were just...
Thank you.
Both of you guys, Alex, I haven't heard you singing, Emma, but Alex and Cody were sounding amazing just there in the live performance. So we're going to hopefully zoom in and out of those little tracks as because we've recorded a little bit of that just to show it off. But yeah, that's really cool. And Johnny, how about yourself then? Did you come straight out of school? Or?
Yes, I also came straight out of school.
Yeah.
And I mostly started this course because I have I've always had a passion for like studio recording.
Right, okay.
So I've always wanted to be like, maybe not exactly a lead studio engineer, but I definitely want to be a studio engineer at some point in my life, and I've always wanted to do that. That's why I picked the course.
Right. Was there anyone who'd kind of recommended the course per se, or is it because it's local and that you'd wanted to come? It was, good access to something local.
Well, I think it was just a series of very lucky events, I guess. Yeah. I did National 5 Music Technology in my academy years. And afterwards, after doing a few live events in there, before even coming to this course, my teachers had, before I left school, they had, what's the word? Recommended. That's the word, yes. Recommended to me the course, saying that they think I'd be a good fit for this, and it just ticked every single box that I wanted. So I picked it.
Amazing. That's so cool. That's brilliant. Sorry, you go ahead, Ellis.
I was just going to say, do you play many instruments at all yourself?
Yes, I play a bunch of them. I play guitar, bass, a bit of drums, and I am starting to want to learn how to sing. So that's what I can do.
So it all feeds into doing behind the desk.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And Alex, how about yourself then? So have you come straight from...
I did not come straight from school, no. It's been about 20 years since I was last at school. But,
you could have fooled a lot of us.
Yeah, well done. No, I had worked in the industry before and then took a long gap out of it. Yeah. And then wanted a way of manufacturing kind of that experience that I would have missed in the last kind of like 15 years or so. Yeah. So yeah, I had a look online and found this course, and yeah, it's been everything that I wanted it and needed it to be. So it's been really good.
That's amazing. Yeah. That's so cool. So, I mean, from the different perspective then of having come out of school, maybe taking a bit of break, like Cody, what you were saying, it's been last year and whatever else. What is it uniquely that, because the two different courses that the four of you are involved in seem to be very closely linked then, obviously. So how do you find it if, Johnny, you're saying that you're a multi-instrumentalist, and Emma, you're already... But like for Alex and Cody, are you guys then seeing what the sound production stuff is like then, even though you're not studying it?
Yeah, I mean, we work quite closely together for things like today with a live event. Yeah. But I feel like with some things we don't see like some sides of it at all. Yeah. So, and would that make you really want to, like, would you want to see more from the sound production side of it? I guess sometimes it is quite interesting, but I feel like there's always opportunities that do come up where we can obviously like speak to people that are on the sound production course, or we can take a nosy. So cool. Yeah, that's really
and we have outdoors classes as well. So that's the doors is the recording stuff. So you get an idea on how all the equipment works and how the what's the word I'm looking for? The like all the programs and everything works. So you can record all your own stuff as well. And I think that like does open the door a lot. And it just helps you understand what the other side of the team are needing. I think it makes everything flow a lot easier.
Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah, so what about you, Johnny? What are your thoughts on that? If you're wanting to get involved in like recording your own stuff, does it give you like watching the music guys, watching the people involved in the music course?
I mean, that's a hard question to answer for me.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to like kind of dabble in both courses. Yeah. I've always like kind of looked at the music guys, and I've always been a little bit jealous on how they get music theory. But I realized that actually I do quite enjoy learning music theory. Thank you very much.
That makes one of us.
Don't have to make this like that.
Saucy, it's saucy, right?
But yeah, no, I've always been like kind of half and half on the courses. I just think that sound production is. I do agree with the fact that it's very closely linked, and the fact I can work with the other guys. Yeah. While.
It's probably quite difficult to manufacture that experience for sound production. Mm-hmm. So like, we all have. It's probably easier to be in a band outside of college, and you can play yourself. But it's not necessarily the easiest thing to get to learn or get the opportunity to have a part of the production side of things. So I think if you were probably trying to have to choose between one or the other, in the case of experience, probably doing the sound production is easier to manufacture the other side of it, if you know what I mean.
Yes, unless you have your own kind of kit and stuff at home where you're doing all this, you'd have to know a lot more, wouldn't you?
That makes sense. I fully agree with what you said. There's way more opportunities on the music side than there is on the production side in a more accessible way, if you get what I mean. It's so much, as she said, it's so much easier to start a band than it is to become a studio engineer.
Start up your own production company.
Or start up your own production company.
Okay, I get I do. And what about you, Emma? What are you thinking about that?
There's some aspects of the music course that I do watch, like the live bands performances, where I'm like, I really wish that I could join in. Because I originally applied for the music course because in my last year of school I did advanced higher music.
Amazing.
But I ended up passing it, which I originally took music here because I was like, I want to go to uni and I don't know if I'm going to pass my school qualifications, so I want to give myself a second chance. But then I passed with an A and I was like, oh great. So I emailed Cara and I was like, any shot I could do sound production? And she was like, why not? So, but honestly, if I had the choice to do it again, honestly, I would pick sound production. No offense to the music course, but it's
too
just
late now.
It's such a unique experience. I'm very, very new to everything. I've kind of recorded stuff on my own in the past, just using my phone and a set of headphones. But other than that, just getting to see how everything works is just it's so intriguing.
It's so cool.
so interesting.
Do you know what I think? Because Ellis has his own kind of setup at home. I don't. So Ellis has recorded a few things for me or whatever. And it's taken you a long time, Ellis, hasn't it, to kind of master certain things as a recording musician?
Yeah, I just came at it as a hobby and picked up, and you have to, with the DAW, it's a Reaper software that I use, and it's different, as opposed to a lot of stuff that you use here, but it's, again, there's similarities, but I had to learn from scratch, and you do pick up a wee bit at a time. So formal training would have helped me a great deal, before to get started. But yeah, the basics you can master quite quickly, but to become really good at it, you spend a lot of time, as you know.
Yeah, I agree with that. I actually originally started as a recording musician. I played guitar for the longest time, and I started doing recording of it at a point because I had a spare audio interface at my house because my dad decided it was necessary for some reason, and that got me a very quick doorway into kind of starting the whole recording process. And before, I think even a year before I even started this course, I started looking at some DAWs, and the first one I saw, the one that I saw the best reviews for, FL Studio, that was, what was it, £100-200?
What is that? Because I have no idea what you just said.
FL Studio, it's a digital audio workstation. It's a place that you record, edit, and mix and master all of the songs that you come up with.
Yeah.
And I bought that, cried a little bit because how much it cost. Then I decided to just, since I've already committed this much, I may as well. So that kind of was where the whole passion for production started.
Yeah, that's amazing. That is so cool. So my background in music is I had a recording done for my 21st birthday, so it was gifted to me, and I didn't appreciate the craft, like what you're explaining, Alex, of knowing this is what happens in the background, maybe it's this amount of takes, and actually this is why the sound production person wants you to, get things right. And I had no idea of that, so I was kind of actually really impatient and just wanted it to be done. So 2 takes was done, and I didn't do the best of that. That man had the patience of a saint. So if I had known a little bit more about that, just even as somebody, it would have been great. It would have been great to have listened to you guys speak about that a long time ago, because it was a long time ago, since I was 21. you know. Yeah.
And there's the recording side of it as well, but it's also like we are fairly remote. Like I mean I know Inverness isn't that remote, but it's you know, I work with other musicians all across the UK, and a big part of being able to do that is that we're able to record and swap ideas around and email things. So understanding how to use all the DAWs and you know, just knowing how to use the mic and plug everything in and using how the interface is, it allows us to work with people all over the place. You know, it's not just about who we've got here. It opens up so many doors. So yeah, it's even as in doors, not DAW doors, but it opens up so many opportunities because suddenly you've got this way of communicating with everybody. So even if you don't ever think that you want to be a recording artist, or if you don't actually think that that's something that you want to go down the road of knowing anything about, just having a really little bit of basic knowledge in it gives you so many opportunities. It's amazing.
Absolutely, yeah. And so with the live stuff as well, because we've just had the joy of listening to you guys singing, it was fantastic. And so I suppose from both ends of that, having the exposure to, you know, okay, so things can go wrong and you can't just erase it. So how have you found that bit? Have you had much exposure around the live audio and even performances? So Cody, you're eager to talk. I'm going to let you speak.
I don't even know what I want to say.
Oh my God, go for it. Don't even think about it. Just go. Yeah.
I find it a lot trickier doing it on stage than in here.
Ah, right. Okay.
Because I get like I get proper shaky.
Right.
And I start panicking and I'm like, oh, I'm going to forget everything. But then you go up and it's like, it's fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I've just now I've still got like the shakes and. Scary.
I think
I can fully relate to that. I did one show in my entire life. It was a school thing. They made me play guitar, so I came onto the stage. I took a look at my hand and it was shiny with how sweaty it was. It was genuinely horrible. But then, like the second I started playing, to be honest, I think I play better on stage than in a studio.
Yes,
that's what I find.
I could relate to that because I sing far better on stage than hearing myself in headphones and stuff like that.
Again, it's the appreciation of the audience.
Yeah.
If you get an audience that really enjoys what you're doing and they're feeding back to you, you can really lift it as well, can't you?
Yeah.
See, I've done performances before in school and they've not gone very well. I think you've seen the video of it.
Of you playing Moana.
I played marimba when I was in school and I was trying to play How Far I'll Go.
Oh, yes.
In the Moana soundtrack on the marimba. And I kept messing up, and I made this beautiful exit through the curtains.
It was really, really clean.
Yeah, like I'll give myself that. The exit was better than the performance.
I would love to see this video.
Never, no. And I feel like just since then, I've always had that sort of like gnawing feeling in my stomach whenever I go up, and it's just.
How do you feel it's the next step? If you like, you're here just now. You're comfortable. You're learning from different people in this environment. Can you see where you want to be in a year, 5 years' time?
I don't know. I really don't know. I'm taking it as it goes just now.
What would you like to do?
I don't know.
You don't really.
That's kind of why I'm here, because it's sort of like that stepping stone into sort of multiple different things. Because with this course, you can go on and do the sound production one.
Oh yeah.
Or you can go on and further studies in music, or you could even like take it and just start whatever. So just kind of here to.
Yeah, we'll kind of look at where it could take you then.
Yeah.
So there's kind of
how about yourself, Em? Is it the same?
Well, I've got like a dream goal and then I've got like a realistic one. So my realistic goal, which I one of the main reasons, along with wanting to learn more about the tech side of music, one reason why I took this course is because I want to be a music teacher. And basically, going back to the personal experiences of being on stage, last year, around about this time actually, I did a Christmas performance where I was singing Winter Wonderland, and the backing track just completely cut out. And I was just stood on stage, and the run through beforehand went fine, but just as soon as I was on stage in front of everyone in my school, the backing track went, nah, I'm backing in. So I never really found out what was wrong with that, but I found out it wasn't my fault. I sorted out. No, I've sorted out my own backing track, so I was like, oh, maybe I did it wrong. But learning about like the compression of files, like, because originally, like, if you know, like when you're recording stuff, it's done in a WAV file, and then when it gets put onto like YouTube or Spotify, it gets compressed into an MP3. And I thought that maybe because of the fact that I converted it from YouTube onto an MP3 and then onto a different software to then trim it so that it didn't have like the karaoke intro. I thought that it was maybe like my fault that it had cut out. But like learning now like how like live sound works, I know it wasn't my fault.
It was just a complete like accident kind of thing.
Things like that happen. It's hard to how's the word, prevented?
Literally. But I got a second shot at it, and I completely cooked, and it's on my school Facebook, so and my teacher was
That's
like,
a video I can see.
Well, you don't know what school I went to, so
we'll find out. We'll do some digging. And Johnny, what about you then? On that same thread around, would you like, where are you aiming to get to with the sound production course, and what would you like to do
now? As goodness, let me start that again. So as Emma said, I have both a dream goal and a realistic goal, both of which are very, very similar.
Okay.
So my realistic goal is to start up a small little studio, like tiny little studio, you know what I mean? Like the building being about this big.
Yes, yeah.
And like, do you know what I mean? Like renting out a tiny little spot for like rehearsals and recording and whatever.
2.5 by 2.5, is that what we're saying?
2.5 by 2.5 meters.
Yeah.
A bit more than that, I think.
I don't know, I'm terrible at this. I'm not in construction.
No, that's...
But I don't think
that's a more realistic goal, because, I mean, the rent on that cannot be that expensive, realistically. But dream goal, you know Abbey 1? The Abbey Road Studios. I really, really want to work there one day. So that's like
that's achievable.
That's a very, very far away dream, but it's one that I can hopefully get.
That's an absolutely brilliant dream. Yeah.
Have you got a route to get in there?
Absolutely not.
Great. That's the best thing then, Johnny. You don't need a route. It will happen. You'll get there. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I have this course, I guess.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. That's amazing. Alex, how about yourself? Where are your goals going from this?
So I am fully intending on pushing forwards with a music career. So I have a band that I work with locally, and then I also have a bigger project. Well, not bigger, but a project that's based down in England.
Lovely.
And they're both kind of moving forwards, and we're doing recording, and in fact we're all recording tomorrow with my other band.
Oh, brilliant.
I think I hear this I have my realistic goal, my dream goal. I don't like it. Don't be saying it. Like, because if you don't try, it won't happen. It definitely won't happen.
That's actually a very fair point.
You got a friend of mine who's quite a successful musician. He says being a successful musician is 90% hard work, but then 10% delusional that it's gonna happen, and like you just keep going. It's gonna happen no matter what, because if you don't have that energy, it definitely won't. So I think
your belief. So it's your self-belief as well. That, you know, it can be a blind belief, but that you will succeed.
And nobody's going to give it to you. So if you don't try and make it happen, it definitely definitely won't. So you just have to keep pushing, and it will.
100%.
Especially these days. I mean, I understand that there's less music in the industry and there's problems, and it's maybe not as easy as it was for some people, but then most people didn't get a look in before because they relied so much on nepotism or who you knew and now it doesn't, because of streaming, because of the fact we can have all this set up in our living rooms and all the rest of it, that I think there is still that luck factor, but everybody has got that opportunity to make that luck happen now. So yeah, no more unrealistic dreams. It's all realistic, it's all doable.
Yeah. And Johnny, when you get to Abbey Road, I mean, I'm very happy to be experimental in your
I will take you in 10% discount.
10%?
50.
This is your debut.
That's so funny.
Do you do maths on this course as well, Johnny?
Yeah. Well, we did have to do Excel for our outcome 2 for business.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Goodness, Microsoft Excel. My
favorite.
It'll be your
thing
best
in the world.
friend. It'll be your best friend. If you
it
know how to use
will be my best friend. So yeah, Alex, you're just encouraging all of us to be delusional then.
We love that though.
Yeah.
If it works, it works.
Your kind, I'll stay the same. Don't stray back up. Oh, say, oh, say, and wait. They don't love you like I love you, and wait. They don't love you like I love you. Maps, wait. They don't love you like I love you, and wait. They won't love you like I love you, and wait. They won't love you like I love you. They won't love you like I love you, and wait. They won't love you like I love you, and wait. They won't love you like I love you. Pack up, I'm straight.
That's the end of part 1. Tune in for part 2, where we hear more from the students and from lecturer Steve Bull. Cheery!